5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, it's the Carlton Brown Foundation Show. And, I want to come to you with a quote from Martin Luther King just after the MLK march we had Monday. His greatest manifestation of hope was that one day humanity could get out of his own way and realize that nonviolence and love were not indicators of weakness, but indicators of great strength, which would show how if humanity came together and agreed that it would move mountains. So that's what this show is going to be about today. We're going to start it off with the MLK event from Monday, and then we're going to go on to the Culture Center from His Royal Majesty in Ireland, His Royal Majesty Aare Saheed Ibrahim, which is the king of Yoruba people in the Republic of Ghana. And we want to talk about that in his culture center that he wants to bring to the world. And also we want to talk about my director of operations in Ghana and the impeccable job and work he's been doing. And America, I would hopefully show you that y'all reach out up on Facebook and acknowledge Munkwi Albert. If you see him up there posted from West Ghana, please acknowledge him. And then we want to talk about the Truth Yard in West Ghana. It's a radio station, Natty Matt Foundation, and they're going to become one of the affiliate foundations of the Carlton Brown Foundation and also a FAU. That is the goal that I'm working on after meeting with my leadership today. Well, I want to go on and begin it with the MLK event. It was absolutely amazing in Cincinnati, Ohio. The people showed up, showed out. 400, 500, 600 people were there, maybe more. It was absolutely powerful. The Taft Theater was packed to capacity. I we took photos of Kelly Prather, the People's Choice, running for city council. Also, we have a princess in the race for city council. Her name is Miss Toni Dumars. Her uncle is a chief in West Ghana, and a chief is up under a king. So if you don't know the hierarchy of positions in royalty, it goes from the king to the chief to the princes. And the chief tells the prince what to do. That's the next in line to the king. He's the one who everybody comes to, and it takes all the pressure and allows the king to be more free to do other things. And a lot of responsibilities go to the chief for the people. That's why he's most loved by the people. So we have Miss Toni Dumars, excellent candidate, excellent platform. Want to talk about her. I also met Mr. Yvette Simpson, and she would like to come be on my show. So, I want to welcome you, Ms. Yvette Simpson. I think it would be a very powerful show. We would keep it pertaining to economics, inclusion, housing development for Planned Cincinnati, and also the bank agreements going on in the city now with the $30 billion Fifth Third Bank Agreement, and also the $16.5 billion bank agreement with Key Bank and also Huntington Bank shares for $16.1 billion. We want to make sure that the candidates are informed about all this change coming to the community, because, we like to get behind that candidate and find the ones who really want to get up and take Cincinnati to a whole nother level. I'd like to send a congratulations out to Mayor Cranley. I just had an opportunity during the MLK event. We had a $10 billion action plan meeting for public-private partnerships and investment in the businesses and things like that, also on Monday at the MLK event. And we had a meeting also at 3 o'clock at the library, and we had a signing ceremony 10 that morning. It was a very, very, very good platform. It was very informative. I would have liked to have been able to record it so that we could get that information up there to the people. But in some of these meetings, as it gets more and more about the economics being released. You know, they're not letting me be that investigative reporter that y'all need me to be. But that's okay. I'm going to get that information. And then when they implement this, I'm going to be strategic in informing you how you can enter this process and how we can become the change that Cincinnati needs together. I'm going to be working with African countries so that we can be that change together with the royalty. Because the royalty are the voice of the ancestors. You know, they're our guides of righteousness. They're our guides to stay on the straight path. You know, they're the voice of the gods. And, you know, we want to make sure that we hold them up and we honor them. And also that we be willing to accept their knowledge, wisdom, and guidance so that we can try to do better and heal our people in this world. You know, and I also want to talk about the topic of skin bleaching. You know, I just want you to know that you have a gift, right? And if this gift looks up in the sky and sees a star, this will figure out how to get there. And guess what? Everybody's got one. And it's absolutely amazing. It's the greatest supercomputer ever devised. You know, I just want to let you know how amazing you are. See, people don't make mistakes. I mean, God don't make mistakes. People do what they're thinking, right? You know, if you don't believe it, go look at a butterfly. Go look at a bird. Go look at a flower. Go look at the sunset. Absolutely perfect in every detail, doesn't deviate for a fraction of a second, and we're running around trying to tell ourselves that something's wrong with us. Well, you're the most perfect creation on the planet, right? The miles and miles of stuff that runs through your body, the brain, so sophisticated, a network of connections and neurons, and you know, absolutely amazing. The spinal cord, you know, nothing like it. Then you have the pineal gland, you know, which is our third eye, which African people have that is functioning through our melanin, which is our skin color, which is the same color as the universe, the same color as the earth. And, you know, we're all a part of that. So, you know, we want to honor you. We want to let you know that we're coming with solutions. We're coming with economics. We're coming with humanitarian aid, infrastructure building, rural and urban, and we're going to be that change that we need to be. And together, the royalty, the African people, and the African diaspora, all together are going to make that Africa that we want to see tomorrow. We're going to make that African world that we want to see tomorrow. I want to come to you now talking to you about His Royal Majesty, Ibrahim, Saheed Ibrahim. Is His Royal Majesty, Aare Saheed Ibrahim. You know, I've been practicing this, you know, because it's a great honor to be able to learn from royalty, you know, how to be a doer, you know, how to walk in righteousness, how to make wise decisions. So His Royal Majesty has a message for all the African royalty in the world and all of the governments in the world and all of the people in the world to come together and to support an African Culture Center in the Republic of Ireland under His Royal Majesty, the King of Europe, and for all the culture of the world to be put there of African people so that when our children here in America, everybody's running around in America, especially most of the African youth that I communicate with. I can't say everyone, you know, because I haven't spoke to everyone, but a lot of the people that I talk to, I would say 98% have no clue about certain countries, where they come from, or any type of African culture whatsoever. I mean, the only thing they know is the watered down version of slavery, or the misinformed of ancient African history about that it's a seven wonder of the world, but they're running around digging up our artifacts. Don't make sense, but that's okay. You know, we are the solution to this problem. And we need the people to come together so that we can address this because it is a crime against humanity. Like I said, in my show with His Royal Majesty last week, I talked about a young man who went to college and he didn't even know who he was. He had no clue. He's asked me a bunch of questions about different countries, and it's so sad. And then when you go to people here in America and you start to communicate with them about their culture, most of them run away because they feel ashamed because they're in ignorance. And it's so sad, and we the people can solve this. His Royal Majesty is in perfect guidance and in perfect order. And he's asking us to come under that royal vision, and it will bring life, and that's what it's all about today. So, I want to talk to him. I want to thank him for all the excellent things that he is doing for the future of the people of Ireland, and also for the future of the people of the African world, and for the European world, Asian world, and all nationalities on the planet. Yoruba is such a great religion because it's all-inclusive African spirituality, and it is absolutely beautiful. And, the world needs to know. I need to know about Uganda. I need to know about the history of Sudan, the real history, not some European scientists informing me that nobody knows, which is not true, because our African people know. And we need to learn all about Credu Mutwa, right? And we need to learn all about Botswana and our beautiful and beloved South Africa. All the culture, all the religions, the history of all the ancients, so that we don't have to be lost. And education would be so much fun. Because right now, a lot of people going to school, and school's not even interested because the truth's not being taught. They're teaching the same history that they was teaching me when I was in school. And I've had to learn from royalty. I've had to do my own research and stuff like that, and also talk to other people who had experiences, but royalty throughout Africa, especially the king in Botswana, and also Princess Dino Miko the second. She is, I hope it's the second or the third. I haven't said her name in a while, so if I made a mistake, I know how important it is to be correct about royalty, and I apologize and humble myself, and I'd like to congratulate her on her wedding. I'd like to congratulate her on her recent success, and I look forward to working with her husband, and many other people in South Africa so that we can lift up all of the people in the rural, urban areas, and everywhere. I have the same template for Ghana, the My Brother's Keeper initiative. I have the same template for Nigeria. I have the same template for every other country in the 54 countries of the African Union. And I also work with all other African countries. We have an Asian and American plan. We have an Asia plan. So we are all inclusive. I'd like to also bring to you about my brother Albert. He was live on the radio station show. He's my director of operations in the country of Nigeria. He was live on the radio, and it was his first time, and I hadn't been briefing him much or training him much, but he did a wonderful job. I have sent him a whole new dossier of different information, and I look forward to lifting him up so that he will be a beacon for the African world, and because of my relationship with President Mugabe, he has allowed me to have an opportunity to actually have that economic future that will allow me to address the situations with our people in Africa, because if we have a strong Africa, we are strong no matter where we're at in the world. And I only have suggestions, and the royalty has to agree, and we do it the royalty's way, is what we do. We work with royalty, we work with the presidents, we work with the princes, and we work with the chiefs. And that's what it's about today. It's about unity. right? Because in unity there's strength. There are 1.5 billion people on the planet, African people. So together, it will move mountains. In 2012, the African Union, through the 5 tasks of ECOSOC, created an opportunity for us to become part of the 6th region, which includes an African world. You can go up to the Carlton Brown Foundation Action and Solution page. Scroll down in there, you'll see the most powerful document in the African world posted. It's public knowledge. And you can go up there and you can read it. And it's the 5 tasks of ECOSOC completed. It tells you what the future is going to look like. And only 6 organizations in the world signed it, and Carlton Brown Foundation is one of them. And I am so proud and so happy and wish that my mother was here so that she could see her son and that he is responsible by his actions, by the goodness and the wisdom and the guidance that she placed in me when she was my first goddess on this earth that I comprehended, and she lives on through me. The love she had for others, the caring she has for others, the detail for being specific and truthful and humble and honest. And so that's what we're about today. You know, I'd also like to send another shout out to my Truth Yard brother, the Natty Matt. The Natty Matt. We are definitely going to make you an affiliate foundation. You know, I've already presented it to my leadership. They love the proposal. I'm going to be submitting your information to them and what you would like to do. And I can't wait for us to get to work in Ghana and in other places that the Carlton Brown Foundation go, because, you know, I like those affiliate foundations to be a part of what I do, especially the ones in Africa. I have the ability to also create NGOs, 501c3 certification for different entities and people who would like to join our facility. I will be having a website released Monday for the implementation of the FAU chamber.org website, which will be my private website, and everybody on my team will have one. And we will be bringing it to the African world, the economic change that you can become. Either you can buy a public-private partnership, and we have a way for those who don't have the resources where we can lift them up and have them sign a contract where they can sell public-private partnerships, make $68,000 a year, have free membership in our Chamber of Commerce, excuse me, a free business plan of their dreams. So this is for the American people of the transatlantic slave trade. This is also for people in Africa. We have a public-private partnership for you to also get into. How you can find out more about that, you can go to friendsoftheafricanunion.com. You can go up there and you can look up public-private partnerships. You can also look up the Zimbabwe FAU, Friends of the African Union, and Zimbabwe Assets. Pretty soon that's going to be very relevant. I'm going to be talking about that more once I have signed on the dotted line. You know, I'd like to send a shout out to Mr. President Mugabe. Sir, I honor you and love you so much for what you have done to help the African world. And pretty soon here, the whole African world is going to find out what you have done for us and humanity worldwide. Absolutely amazing. You're not going to believe it. Go up to friendsoftheafricanunion.com and read it, man. It is Mr. Mugabe, your vice president, the ambassador from Zimbabwe, Mr. Philip Chapata, Jarek Cheeks, and anybody whose name I didn't remember. Gentlemen, I love you. I love you. I love you. And the children of the future are going to rejoice in your actions, in righteousness and in truth that would allow them to have a destiny that is not full of struggle and hardship, but full of opportunities, full of educational change, ability to be economically people of the world. Because you remember, the sky is changing. The stars are changing. The orbit of the earth is changing. Let's change our minds. We don't have to be yesterday. I'll tell you what I tell the community when I'm out in the street and I'm talking to people in the community and crowds and things of that nature. Or I do motivational speaking at events. What I inform the people is that we can't change the past, right? But what we can do together, we can change the present and the future. We can do that. We can. See, because if everyone does a little, it means that one doesn't have to do a lot, right? And before you know it, we'll cross an invisible line and the impossible will manifest. That's a message from the ancestors. That's a true message, a message of wisdom that has been tried, tested, and proven beyond a reasonable doubt that it works. So what I'm asking you to do is get up on the Carlton Brown Foundation Action and Solution page. Get up on the Natty Way, one state, one city, the Natty Way, up on Facebook. Go to Natty Matt, Truth Yard for the radio station. Follow my brother. He broadcasts every day from 10 to 12 p.m. He's got Bob Marley, all type of reggae music, very powerful, very positive, uplifting music coming out of West Ghana all the time. You know, we want to support our African human family. Plus, he's going to be doing very engaging shows about things going on in Ghana and how we can come together and what me, him, and others are doing, and my director of operations and royalty will be doing to bring change to the people of West Ghana as a template for every other country. See, because it's about change. Friends of the African Union has a 100-year economic plan, Agenda 2063, in support of the African Union. We have 10 mandates, 10 rules posted up on Facebook that we go by according to the African Union. We are committed 1,000,000% without a question of a doubt for the development of the 54 countries of the African Union and the African diaspora. We are responsible for MDI Africa, for erasing the digital divide in Africa and the African diaspora by the year 2030. Okay? So this is about change. Go up to friendsoftheafricanunion.com, read about it. Because what you're going to be reading is your future, because they're going to implement this. Okay? All right? You know, why should people have to debate and have a conversation about change, about some resources that belong to everybody? See, it's time for change and for these people to be allowed to participate in life instead of being restricted in every way, form, and fashion. So that's what's going on, and it's been done by all nationalities. Asian, European, Arab, you name it, Jew, Jewish, you name it, they're doing it. And African people all over the world have participated in this to bring this change that we're doing now. What they did, I'm not the genius and I'm not the one that put it together. I'm just trained, right, to bring it to the people. And I have trained whole teams, and the chairman has other people. So we're not by ourselves. We have hundreds of people here in this city and across the country that are involved in this, and around the world, thousands. So we're about that change today. We have an indigenous forum, permanent forum in the United Nations now, something unheard of and never done before for African people, indigenous people. So that means the Native Americans are with us. I'd like to send a shout out to John T. Moss. Sir, you are our ally. We support you come what may, and we on the same team. So I want to send a word out to all the Native American people and all the people who support Native Americans. He has a petition up there for Native Americans. 100,000 signatures to change their future and the future of their children. Now, if everybody does a little, I said it before, it means that one doesn't have to do a lot. And this is very important, because we need economic change. You know, we'll solve all that other stuff later. You know, we need to have economic change so that the parents have resources to leave their children, so all of our children can walk together in peace, love, and harmony. And no one's feeling left out, or no one feel like someone is a threat because they don't have any resources. Well, those days are about over. Okay? Next week, there's going to be a lot of announcements. They'll also be signing the new president in the office, but we have a lot of economic things that we're going to be announcing because the sky is not falling. Okay? It's not. I'm going to repeat again. The sky is not falling. Okay? So now, go to friendsoftheafricanunion.com, get some information, and let's go to work and be that change that we need to be. Carlton Brown Foundation has been on the campaign to get the attention of the people, right? Because I'm on a campaign that no one has ever done before. No one has ever implemented a campaign, an economic campaign of inclusion, culture, and unity for African people around the world. So I've had to do a lot of things in order to get the attention of people, in order to get you information. I'm not your enemy, right? Just because I have some feelings, what's that stopping you from putting food on your table? That don't even make no sense for you to find, instead of one reason why you can, 1,000 reasons why you can't do nothing, and you can't have no future, and you can't have no hope. Don't make sense. Absolutely insane. I don't get it. We're going to make it so easy for you that most people won't even have to put together a business budget with their proposal. All you need is an idea. Get with me, Carlton Brown. I'm signing up 100 people in the city, men and women. I'm able to do 50% men, 50% women. I don't want to sleep with the women. I'm not trying to be your boyfriend. I want to see you live. All right? Because, people think with their lower regions, well, it ain't about that with Carlton Brown. That is not my focus. You are the spiritual flow of life. You are the goddess. You are a reflection of Hathor. You need to go study her so you can learn what the goddess is so you can become it. But that's irrelevant about you studying that. What I'm talking about is economics, right? And about the hopelessness that is inside of you that it will never change. President Obama went before, he said it in My Brother's Keeper. There's a sense of hopelessness that it will never change. And he is correct. These people have showed us, showed our parents since we were children, in everything that we see, in everything that we hear, we are not included in nothing. So that is about to change. We have our own resources, right? Now we have a chance to be members of the planet Earth, right? Walking in the light of truth, peace, love, and harmony. We will make peace as profitable as war, and we shall show the world that unity is power, because love is the answer. And Mandela had it right. I am you, and you are me. And that's real. So, we want to go on about that. I'll be out of town here soon. I'm not going to really talk about that until my chairman gives me permission. I'm going to go somewhere for some training, and I'm going to be broadcasting that back to the people. You're going to be letting my people at the television studio know where I'm at, because I got training in another state to come back and be an economic solution, even more trained, more specific for my beloved city of Cincinnati, Ohio, the one that I love. Okay, and I want to leave you with this, that Nelson Mandela said a great statement. He said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Well, sir, I honor that. I keep that in my action and in the forefront of my mind as I walk with the left foot forward and lead with the heart through the world. I honor you, I love you, and your spirit will always live in my heart and my actions for the world to bear witness to see. Remember, it's not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Everyone, have a blessed day.